Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Heli. Quite a popular event on most servers. On our PvE server we have a tendency to very politely queue up and take it down in turns rather than fight over it. Most people have a little tower or some place where they can take the Heli from. A lot of people do it solo, and this is going to be the topic I'll be covering here. This is my tower, if you want to, if you can call it that. It's 3 stories with a roof, pretty stubby. Internally it's quite cramped down here, but you're not going to be spending much time down here anyway. It's a repair table for fixing AKs. I have a tool cupboard which I am not authorised on, but you do need to have somebody authorised on it, somebody who's not in the building with you fighting the Heli. That's very important, otherwise it will use rockets on you and that will be messy. Upstairs we have a couple of beds to respawn in if the worst happens, and some storage for all important ammo, medical equipment and clothing, armour. And then upstairs we have a floor with nothing but pookies on. You don't need the pookies, they're just decorative, but they do give you comfort, so that's a nice thing. This floor is basically the fighting floor. It has windows with horizontal embrasures, the letterbox shaped ones as you can see here. I also have these 2 little spaces on the side here, so I can quickly run in and heal up if I need to without getting shot further. Very rarely used, but a nice option to have nonetheless. And then lastly we have the roof. And the roof is primarily just for getting that initial hit on the Heli. So if it's flying over one of the monuments that are nearby, so we've got the dome, the harbour, and somewhere behind those trees there's the power station. But when the Heli is flying around those areas, it's useful to be able to just stand up here with no obstacles and just get a hit on it. So now I'm up here with the rifle out. You'll see that I've got 4 times scope on it, and the AK has a hollow sight, and that is my preferred setup for both these weapons. They've both got lights on as well, but that's beside the point, especially, well, it's about midday, so that's fine. Probably useful at night if you don't have lanterns. I have a tendency to put lanterns around my base just for convenience. And that is pretty much it in terms of the base and the weapons, I think. In terms of my loadout, I have roughly 400 rounds and what's in the guns. I have a whole ton of syringes. I'm wearing metal face mask and torso armour. The rest of it is just standard stuff. And I also have a pickaxe, and that will be for mining the Heli body should I successfully take it down later. And that is pretty much all I've got on me. And this should be sufficient, depending on how many times you miss, and likewise how many times the Heli doesn't. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of the setup. So really all we need now is a helicopter. So in typical fashion, I went down to go get some water from the stream, and the Heli has arrived. So I'm just running back up. It's not a big deal, it's literally just on the scene now. close actually. Over the harbour maybe? There it is. Should have done this before, but never mind. Pookie. Oh, terrible shots. So the idea here is just to crisscross from one side of your base to the other, reloading as you do, and then just shooting it calmly, or at least as calmly as you can, whilst keeping an eye on your health and the state of your weapon. So you'll see my weapon's probably down to what, 2/3. I'd usually advise having a backup weapon, but I don't have one on me at the moment. Only because if you're just starting out, you might not have 2 rifle bodies, so... It's good to get an idea of what sort of usage you can get out of one AK. Low. Okay, my gun's below 50% now. And there he goes. Oh, right on the main road. So there you go. The AK took a battering. It's down to 20% of its health. In terms of ammo, I got through probably about 350 rounds, roughly. Not too bad on health though. I only used 4 syringes, which actually for me is pretty good. I usually get through at least 8. So yeah, that is taking down the Heli solo. Wasn't too bad of a run. Now all that's left is to go collect your loot. The body will be burning for about 7 minutes, I think, so you've got a bit of time to get down there. If you're playing on a PvP server, then you'll need to defend the crash site. No, there's nothing like a heli crash to attract some attention. I think it can be pretty much heard over most of the map. In terms of how we play on the PvE server, if you're spectating, then don't approach the heli site, or at least don't get too close. And if you have taken the heli down and somebody is trying to steal your stuff, you can shoot them. So there you go. Let's go down there. It's starting to get a bit dark as well, so yeah, have light will travel. Let's go. Let's make sure there's no bears going to jump out on me. So we're looking for 4 crates. These are the most important things to find. So there's 1. I can see another one under the heli body. So have a look at this one first. So here we've got some ammo. I'm dragging it across because I want to be able to show you what sort of stuff you can expect in a at a crash site. God damn. Okay, so the fire is starting to go out. Let's see if we can have a look at this. CCTV camera. Another CCTV camera. And here's the last crate. Everybody wants the M249, C4 and a rocket. 3 rockets. So that's it. That's your loot. Whether that is worth it is obviously up to the individual, but for me, it's always more about the experience of taking down the heli. If I get an M249, then that's nice. CCTV cameras, useful. If I get ammo, then that obviously makes up for the ammo that you use in taking it down, but you have to understand taking the heli down is an expensive venture, and you don't always get what you put into it back. In addition to the loot, you can also mine the heli body for high qual metal frags and charcoal, but I won't be bothering at this stage. Just because it takes a while for the body to cool down, and I'm quite happy with what I've got from the crates. So that's it really. That is taking down the heli. What you need to do in order to prepare and what you should expect from a typical takedown in terms of loot. So I hope that's helped somebody, and if you enjoyed the video, comment, tell us about your experiences trying to take the heli down, success or failure. Rate the video and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. See you around. Bye.